Hey guys, it's DC, and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome, guys. This is my character analysis video on Audra Charles from The Young and the Restless. Quick side note, I did try to film this video in 4K like 3 to 4 times. And it's hard because the cameras were flipped on their side. You can't see how things are related to the screen. It was a mess, guys. It was a mess. I was like, you know what? This is what happens when you try to be too fancy. So regular camera quality, it is. Anyways, guys, this is my character analysis review from Audra Charles from Young and the Restless. You know, what makes Audra to me one of the best new characters on The Young and the Restless is that she seems to be one of the few characters that are actually striving for more, right? And almost everyone in General City is either a trust fund baby or has found paternity in a rich family or has a family or has a baby with somebody who's in a rich family, right? And that has helped them solidify their place in General City society. Now, currently, Audra has none of those at the moment. She's one of the few characters that still has to fight and strive for what she has, right? And if you ask me, that's what makes her bond with Tucker both a deep one and slightly disturbing at the same time, right? Now, a quick aside is that I don't believe that Tucker grew up with Catherine's millions. In a way, he was kind of sort of self-made. Now, granted, his son Devon, on the other hand, seems to have forgotten that the Winters family, the Winters, they pulled him up from under the gutter, right? You know what I mean? Which is why I understand Nate's plight, and I've said that in many videos before, because while Nate's mom was a doctor, the writers never let us, or seemingly never let us to believe that, Nate grew up well off. That's not the impression I got, at least. Now, back to Audra, is that I remember the episode where the tears in Audra's eyes when the Glissade article came out, and Kyle simply smiled, right? While letting her know that her name was redacted from the article. Now, see, Kyle can rest easy, right? Because he has the investments of Diane that she made when she was in real estate. He also has probably, I'm guessing, some kind of trust that Ashley might left behind for little Harrison. And then also his family legacy, which is Jabot, right? So Audra, on the other hand, only has really the sweat on her back. She doesn't have those resources in tow like the way that Kyle does. So when you don't have all those things to back you up when things go wrong in life, you have to move very differently, right? And for Kyle, I feel like that was like his rich people privilege, right? To think, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be okay. But she doesn't have those same things that you've been afforded to yourself, right? And that's why she was in a panic, because she's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? She doesn't have those same things. And that was the same thing with this week when Nikki had fired Audra. Well, she told Audra she could work in the London office. That was another thing where it felt like rich people privilege, right? Because the fact that Nikki could just assume that Audra could just pack up everything and move to the country for work, like it's working at the office down the street, was kind of baffling to me. I don't know if anybody caught that. So, and I'm sure that Newman Enterprise will cover her living expenses in addition to her salary, but that's not the point, right? The point is that they have no idea what Audra has to go through, right? That could prevent her from moving. What ties she has to General City that could prevent her from moving, right? Because, for example, Ashley was just able to go to Paris for the weekend and then come back like it was just going downtown, like it was just nothing for her, right? Audra doesn't have those same luxuries. It's not to say she doesn't have the money, she doesn't have the coins. If you peep that. If you peep it. Now, Audra in many ways reminds me of a young Tina Lord, right? Because, make no mistake, Audra is indeed an opportunist. I'm not going to paint her as a saint in this character analysis. She's an opportunist through and through. The difference is, with Tina on One Life to Live, she was also an opportunist, is that she didn't start off as an opportunist, right? And Tina also had many people like who cared for her and tolerated her, right? Tina was also a little bit naive, a little more ditzier than I feel like Audra was. Audra's a little more sharper than that, has a little more tact. And Audra at this point, sadly, only has Tucker, unfortunately, right? So in many ways, Audra doesn't know how else to survive but to be sneaky to get ahead, which makes me want to know more of her backstory. We got to learn a little bit more about Audra earlier this week with her father. She had a story with Nikki, and how Nikki is just so uncomfortable. And see, the thing is this, and I sometimes feel like as people, we are able to extend our suffering when we know there's room to do so, if that makes sense. Because I wonder if Nikki was in Audra's shoes, could she still feel like she could spiral like that? Could she still give herself no wrong, she would probably spy regardless. But could her spy wouldn't go on for that long? Could it have that kind of duration if she was in Audra's shoes? If she didn't have Newman Enterprises, if she wasn't married to a Newman? It does make you wonder sometimes, right? It does. It makes me wonder. Because the thing is with Audra is that Sis is still in survival mode, right? But she's learned how to do it with finesse, right? And my heart really does go out to Audra because for many people in this mode, suddenly or rarely do they have been told or have someone that can properly convey to them in a way they can understand that it is okay to let go and that you're safe. She doesn't have that safety net like the Newmans, like the Abbotts, like the Chancellors, like the Winterses, you know what I'm saying? Or even the Ramalatis. It's hard to feel safe in a world when you don't feel safe within yourself. And you can see that Audra, she's kind of in a tug with that, right? She realizes this is how it has to be. She doesn't care. But you can see that she doesn't always want to be this way. I feel that when I watch her scenes. Now, there's always been this weird chemistry between Audra and Tucker for the longest time on YNR, which now we've seen it come to a head recently this past Friday when they slept together. Now, the writers at one point may have these two become romantic, but I believe their connection is more so the misery they face as outcasts in general society more than anything else, aka a trauma bond. Now, the thing is with these two is that they trust each other, but they don't trust each other at the same time. And I understand that simply because there can be no true honor among thieves. When you plotting and planning, I'm plotting and planning. It's the same WhatsApp group. So I don't know how far I can really trust you on that when I think about it, right? Now, here's the thing I noticed too, YNR, is that Diane hated, or probably still hates Audra with a whole passion, right? And understandably so, Audra broke up, Kyle's marriage to Summer, as did Kyle, both were responsible, yes, But also the fact I think it is that, truth be told, I think that Audra is exactly the same woman that Diane was when she first came to Genoa City. Looking for the opportunity by any means necessary, right? And that's why Diane recognizes it so well, because she knows the breadcrumbs, right? Sometimes we can clearly see in others what once existed within ourselves, right? And that's why I think she's so spot on with that, seriously, right? Now, I feel Audra's plight on the show was supposed to be that of Sally's, meaning her story about being this person trying to rise up to the top. I believe this was initially supposed to be Sally's story, but she's so far up Nick and Adam's, you know what? I can't find her. Sis is lost in space. Where are you, Sally? Sally, where are you? I can't find you. But then again, it's possible that maybe the writers, this is the journey that they felt they wanted for Sally, because on B&B, she was constantly the underdog, and they probably figured, okay, now that she's on YNR, let's try something different with her, right? Let's do something totally different besides this whole underdog thing. And in a sense, she kind of still is in Genoa City, but now, she's gonna be married to a Newman man at some point. So her place, like I said, her place in Genoa society is about to be solidified. Just like I said before, right? That's how you solidify your place in Genoa City society. Now, did anyone even remember that Audra was Noah's ex-girlfriend? Because I completely forgot about that. It's sad because Noah is a legacy character on top of that, but he hasn't been making... being a legacy character is not enough anymore, so hope people realize that. It's not enough. It's not enough. You have to have a character, a persona, development that we're eager and interested in to see. And Noah hasn't had that yet. We have yet to see it with Noah. Now, this is the thing with Audra. She's legit become her own standalone character. And it's tough for new characters on a soap who are not well liked by the whole canvas and have no familial ties to anyone in town to last for a long time. Usually that's when you get your serial killer mystery or they get shot after a year or two. Tell me I'm lying, right? In those situations. But I believe that Audra proves to be one of the few exceptions that we see from time to time on soaps. So I'm actually eager and invested into her story, guys. But guys, that is my quick character analysis review on Audra Charles on The Young and the Restless, guys. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like this video. If you're new to the channel and you resonate with the content so far, don't hesitate to go ahead and subscribe. And I'd also like to know your thoughts below in the comment section, so feel free to comment and know some of your thoughts about this video. And maybe what are some other character analysis videos you would like me to do. I have seen some of the requests, I can't do them all, but some of them I'm still working on. I am in grad school. You guys usually get videos from me once every 3 weeks. That's usually the status quo. But anyways, guys, this is my video, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. See you later.
This has been Soap Sanctuary.